I am about to show you the most idiotic, harebrained, dangerous stunt I've seen in a long time. And it's this guy right here who did it. We're going to walk through a whole bunch of angles of this, so stay with me. Here we go. Let's jump right into the footage. This happened at the Wellington Cup in New Zealand. And at the Wellington Cup, as the horses were racing down the final stretch, some absolute moron decided to jump on the track and stand directly in front of the horses. And here is what happened next. Look at this. Yeah, oh my God is right. On a miracle only, before we go to the next angle, did this guy survive. One of those horses hits him right there. Excellent, excellent work by the jockeys to get around this. Here's another angle. Incredible vision at Treadham. Jockeys should be congratulated for the feat on not cleaning up the person standing on the track. To this other angle, this goes fast, and then perhaps the best angle is next. Here we go. Watch for the guy. Right through him. I mean, that is a great angle because you can see just how fast these horses are going. We'll get an eyewitness report from one of the jockeys up front in a second, too. Wow. And perhaps my favorite angle of this is from somebody who filmed it on the side. Were they with this guy, involved in this stunt? I have no idea. But here it is. Watch this as he runs out onto the track. You can see this from the fan perspective. Again. You can see just how fast those horses were going, and you can see how shocked everybody in the stands were, or at least hear their reaction. Wow! Unbelievable that this guy survived. Awful scene, they say on Yahoo Sport. Horse racing world in shock over horrific moment. A horse racing spectator has narrowly avoided death after running onto the track during a race at Trentham Racecourse in New Zealand. It was about 150 meters from the finish line when this happened, everybody agreeing that he is lucky to be alive. He has been banned for life from racetracks, according to some folks, and also he was arrested after running onto the track. Here's the jockey's perspective. This is very interesting. And the jockeys on these horses, they could have been injured. The horses could have been injured, and it could have been a much bigger problem. Jockeys riding in the race at Trentham Racecourse in New Zealand were forced to take evasive action. One of them says, obviously it was a bit of a shock, and I was lucky to miss him, to be honest. It must have been about 12 strides before I sort of seen him, and I was just hoping he would stand still and didn't move. I had to decide which way I was going, and I ended up pulling the right-hand rein and just missed the guy, which is what you can see happening in these videos as we watch again. Just evading absolute disaster. He did scoot over there, if you'll notice, right here. He did scoot right over to the left just a little bit, and if he hadn't scooted to the left, and the horse scooted to the other direction, we would have had a dead man on the tracks and perhaps a horse that they would have had to kill. Idiot trespasser runs onto the track at Wellington Cup, narrowly avoids disaster over on tvnz.co.nz. And Perth Now says the horses were at full pace as this happened. Incredibly dangerous stuff. What do you think? What should you do to somebody who does this? Somebody who decides to get out on a track and stands in front of these horses. Is banned for life from sports events a too brash move, or is that the right thing to do? He could have harmed one of these people. He could have harmed multiple racers, and certainly, and perhaps more importantly, he could have harmed one of these horses that was performing in the race. So what do you do with them? And why would somebody ever do this? Is it for the fame? Is it for the money? I don't know. Somehow, question mark, there's money involved in this. Or is it because he got drunk as hell in New Zealand with his friends and somebody said, run out in front of the horses? I mean, to me, it looks like he just kind of wanted to end it all. And that's perhaps one of the most shocking things about all this. Give me your thoughts. I do appreciate it. And give me a follow at The News Junkie. We'll be back real soon.